Good evening, everybody.
I just found the keys to a city. The beats are big and the lights are pretty. So why can't we go to the busy where the dreams are in the sky?
Welcome to Lost Mannerisms. I'm your host, Forrest, and why are you here?
Because you asked me to be here.
Yeah, well, this is Ethan.
Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, you want to tell us a little about yourself? Because you're playing our third chair. Any big things you want to say?
I just got done with my first professional season in minor league baseball, and it was a lot of fun.
You play minor league baseball?
No, I was an umpire.
Oh, well, that's cool too. Because he's leaving it out, this was my roommate in college. We fucked up because I think I didn't turn the green light on. Is there a green light on the side of the microphone?
Yes.
Oh, okay, well maybe I could cut it out. So, Ethan was actually my roommate for 3 years of college. So I know him quite well.
I had a blast with him, man. This guy's a lot of fun.
And you can kick him while he's sleeping and he will not wake up.
You could carry me on a couch outside and I wouldn't wake up. They tried that. When we were in college.
Anyway, let's jump right into the drink of the week. This week we're drinking scotch. Now, many people talk about the intricate ways in which you can drink scotch. Once upon a time, actually when I was trying to make this show, I found another group who was trying to do something similar to us. They were just starting out as well. They had about something like the 25 ways to drink scotch. And we will never get into that, ever. As far as I'm concerned, there's two ways to drink scotch. You take the bottle and you pour it into the glass, and then you put it in your mouth and drink it. Or you take the bottle and you put it in your mouth and drink it. So that's the two ways to drink scotch. Everything else is just preference. As you see, I have mine on the rocks with ice. Ethan has his neat with absolutely nothing in it.
Not going to do a toast?
We've never done a toast. Welcome to the show. Cheers.
There you go.
Jesus. But one point, just to take note of. I liked beer. I still like beer. So a point to note, since it's been a very slow news week, there have been some big things though, and we're going to cover about 1/1024th of it. So that kicks off that Elizabeth Warren, in an effort to prove President Trump wrong, took a DNA test. Kind of. You know anything about this?
All I can say is, who cares about someone's heritage?
Well, they care, and sorry to run you over before you get...
You're fine, you're fine.
They care because Elizabeth Warren claimed that she was so Native American that her mom was discriminated against by her dad's parents. So you would assume that means, she's at least half Native American. Trump said she wasn't. He was calling her Pocahontas, which was him poorly reading the jokes that we're all calling her Folkahontas, folk, tall tale. So, in order to prove him wrong, solely to focus on Trump, she took a DNA test, revealing that she was 1/1024th Native American or something South American. Maybe. And the best part is she claims it's strong evidence.
I mean, why are we even talking about this? We got a midterm election coming up.
Well, that's why. Because the media took 3 days covering how Native American she is and trying to cover up her tracks. She goofed. So, another big thing that happened was something that you were paying attention to.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know if you guys have been following the situation in Saudi Arabia. It was apparently a journalist from the Washington Post. I could not even pronounce his name, but he was allegedly, what?
It's a tough name to say.
Yeah.
Most of the Saudi Arabian names are a little bit tough to pronounce if
Yeah.
you don't have a background.
Yeah, but anyway, it's alleged he was in the Saudi consulate and he was allegedly dismembered by a group that was apparently backed by the Saudi government. Allegedly.
Allegedly. They're saying we don't have any real answers yet because it could have been the Saudi Arabian government. It could have been the Prince of Saudi Arabia. It could have been no one correlated to Saudi Arabia, and nobody knows. But he was completely dismembered. I don't believe they found a body. He's been turned into very, very small pieces and probably fed to pigs somewhere.
Yeah, the Saudis are claiming that he apparently got into a fight in the consulate, and the group that killed him was rogue. So
Who knows? Let's talk about something a little closer to home. Antifa. Antifa and the Proud Boys. Now, we're going to go out and say that the Proud Boys are a little bit of a fringe group. They're not normally a crazy group, but they are more than happy to fight when fights are presented to them. Which, so be it. They were having a meeting where the guy who founded the Proud Boys was talking and presenting a comedy routine, sketch kind of deal. And so this is being blamed solely on him because in the past he's done sketches and obviously satirical sketches on how much he hates the Jews that he filmed while he was in Israel, and everything was solely just blown out of proportion and ridiculous. So they're blaming it on him. But what happened was the Antifa guy knocked the Make America Great Again hat off of one guy in a group while they were being escorted by police, and the Proud Boys turned around and just started punching them. So they had cause to fight. Should they have fought? Probably not. There were like 3 or 4 Antifa members attacking them. There was like 10 of them. They kind of beat the guys to an absolute pulp. And the media's clearly been slanting and blaming it on Gavin McInnes and the Proud Boys. That being said, that jumps into our segment. Just like Antifa started fires, we're going to go outside and hopefully try to film some starting of fires in the dark. Hopefully our cheap little camera doesn't mess up. It's actually a really good camera, but it's not a camcorder, so we're going to jump into that and stick around. We got a couple more things to go over.
Oh yeah! Here we go.
We don't know how this is going to work because it is dark and cameras don't typically like the dark. So we're going to show you how to start a fire.
sounds like fun.
Since we showed how to put it out last week, when we light Ethan on fire, everyone here knows how to put Ethan out.
Wait, what?
So we're going to go over a couple basic methods to light a fire, as everything is right now until we get until enough of you subscribe to our show. Everything's basic. We're working with a budget of, $20 or so. So first off, we're going to go over probably the most useful way to start a fire, where no matter what, you'll be able to start a fire. Now you want to start with dry wood. You want to get some small pieces and then put some bigger pieces on top. You kind of want to make a little 1/1000th and 24th of a teepee out of it. And you want to ball...
That's a little bit more than that.
Maybe it's modeled off of a big teepee. So, and then you want to ball up some paper and put it underneath. And the reason you want to ball up the paper is so if you light a sheet of paper on fire, it only burns across the paper. When you ball it up, it burns it more, hotter, better, allows more air to get to it. So we're going to try to start a fire right now, and I'm going to try to speed up this video, and so that maybe you don't have to watch the speed at with which fire starts. Ethan, get out of the shot. So, our wood was a little wet, but it is going. You get the general idea. And you might have to do it once or twice. You might want more paper. I ran out of our old scripts, so in our studio we're a little limited. But it is started. It's going. All that smoke that's coming from the wood burning. Everyone here shaking their head no. Look, there's fire. All right, we're gonna try something different. Since our other fire didn't work so hot, but it worked. It worked. We got some rugged reviewer doing some funny things over here. Maybe if. Shh. Shh. So, if you're trying to start a fire in your own home, you might go out and buy one of these pre-made logs. And they come with some fancy directions. And basically, you open it, and wherever they tell you to light it, you light it at all the, or you don't open it. They come pre-packaged and you light the wrapper at all of the arrows it says to light. So I'm gonna block the wind for Ethan here, and he's gonna get our thing going. Let's start on that side.
All right.
Why are these lighters garbage? All right, so basically, you light the seam and you let it go. And that's it. Now that we saw how all of that worked, kind of, our other log, it's still burning, but it's burning very slowly. It is good. It is a fireplace log. So we're gonna go over my favorite way to start a fire.
Oh boy.
You get some of the stuff that comes in the fancy red can. And you just soak it all. And I like to do a nice little trailing leg so I'm not in the fire. And before Ethan gets out of the way...
Wait, what?
That was interesting. We only lit our rugged reviewer on fire a tiny bit. So, they'll still be around later. He's looking over at me very, very angrily. Sorry, it's. So, we have very little product news this week, but we do have some. First off, Elon Musk bought Fortnight for the sole purpose of deleting it. I don't know what the beef's about, but he bought it solely to delete it.
Apparently, well, I heard he's doing it so that who's ever playing it will stop being virgins, so.
Later, virgins, is what Elon Musk said. You know anything about this Jeffrey the giraffe thing?
I haven't heard anything. I just heard that apparently Toys R Us is coming back, maybe?
So they're stopping the bankruptcy and they're trying to make a comeback. They're rebranding with, what's the word I'm looking for? Remembering old times.
Nostalgia?
Yeah, they're using nostalgia to try to rebrand, which, good, bad. Check it out, Jeffrey's Toy Box. And then, this isn't really a product news for us to advertise to you. This is if you have a very, very large cybersecurity company, Facebook might want to buy you. Facebook is looking to buy a cybersecurity company in order to, I don't know, protect themselves from being tampering with elections, because that's how we hacked our elections with Facebook and Russian bots. I don't know. This is our country now. But they might just be wanting a better cybersecurity company so that they have introduced AI into their Facebook marketplace. So it maybe
where the money is.
Maybe to protect people's credit cards, stuff like that. What's where the money is? Facebook?
No, it's cybersecurity.
Oh, yeah.
If you're looking to declare a major in college, computer science, get into cybersecurity.
Unless you're sneaking Chinese chips onto U.S. naval vessels, but we never talked about that. So now we have to talk about something very good. It's fallen under our review category because I just got it, but we are going to bring back gun safety. And we're going to specifically talk about the 1911, which is a little bit unique because there's some features on it that don't exist on many other firearms, and there's something on it that doesn't exist that probably should, like a safety. So
yeah, he worried me about that when I asked him if the safety was on, and he said there is no safety on this thing.
what safety? The rugged reviewer doesn't even have his bulletproof vest, so who knows what'll happen.
No matter where I go, you should know. No matter where I go, you no matter where I go, you should know. No matter where I go.
Welcome to Lost Mannerisms. I'm your host, Forrest. I'm going to give you a little quick rundown on safety with a 1911 handgun. Now, there are some aspects to this handgun that make it very unique in the safety handling, but the basic principles still apply. Don't point it at something you do not want to destroy, or I guess it should technically, grammatically, this should be only pointed at things that you are willing to destroy. Make sure it's unloaded, and keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. So, what you want to do first is take the magazine out, which would be the button behind the trigger on the left side. Open the slide and make sure there's no bullets in it, but this one has a bullet in it, so we're going to take it out and check it. Make sure it's empty. That's really the basis of the safety of the gun. But when you get further into everything else, the gun can be carried two ways. Either completely decocked, which if you're at a range is probably the safest way to carry the firearm. Probably. It's definitely one of the safest ways to carry a loaded firearm. Or cocked and locked, when some people are carrying this firearm, they prefer to carry it cocked and locked. So what you do is you load up the firearm, you cock the hammer, and then you turn that lever on the back for right-handed models, left side of the gun, and that would prevent the hammer from ever coming down. So 1911s do not have an actual safety on them because they have a grip safety. If you look at this, when I cock the hammer, make sure it's unloaded yet again, and if I go to pull the trigger, it doesn't shoot. And that is because it has a grip safety. So the gun will not fire unless your hand is closed on the grip safety. And as I showed you guys now too, it is unloaded. When I push the grip safety and pull the trigger, it goes off. That's the basics to safety on a 1911. The rules are mostly the same otherwise, so it's very simple. It's a very easy gun to be safe with. Next time you see us on this, we will go over other handguns. Thank you. Oh, before I go too far, please subscribe, share with your friends, leave some messages in the comments.
But he ran away. Things will get better. Orphanage ain't lit. Hey mother. Dead. Orphanage ain't lit. But he ran away. Father was he gotta make a dead. Mill works. Gonna like mill here. Drink too much. Guess they deserve.
So that was our little bit of handgun safety for today. Next time we throw in another handgun segment, we will probably talk about all the other handguns that aren't 1911s. But do you feel safe around a 1911 now?
Oh yeah, after your presentation, definitely.
Oh, man. A little bit of brown nose in here. Anyway, we're going to jump right into it because we're going to take this unique opportunity to interview an umpire. Get to know his feelings on baseball and umpiring. But our rugged reviewer is going to be interviewing the umpire. So this is going to be fun, curious. We haven't filmed this yet, so we're going to jump right into it and see what happens.
It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Come cheer up my nights, come cheer up my nights. It's better to have loved and lost.
Welcome to Lost Mannerisms. I'm Forrest.
And I'm Ethan.
So what we're going to do is first we're going to do our little interview with Ethan,
I'm looking forward to it.
and then we're going to do a little closing. The exciting part about this is I'm not interviewing you.
Really?
Our rugged reviewer is going to come interview you. He's excited. He's waiting. I'm going to turn the interview chair over to him, and we're going to see just how bad this gets.
What did I get myself into? Yes, he did! How you doing, record reviewer? So, I hear you got some questions for me. What do you want to know? You want to know about... Alright, you want to know about some of the signals that we use as an umpire. Okay, I can roll with that. Alright, so your basic strike mechanic, a lot of the guys you see at the major league level, you'll see them, they'll see the pitch, make the decision in their mind, turn and point and yell strike. Now, what they actually teach newer umpires is that they want us keeping our head on the field. So they don't want us turning and pointing like that. So when we first start in being a professional umpire, we throw the hammer down. Yeah, so just like you're knocking on a door. That's our strike call. So we see the pitch come up, strike one, and then two, and then for three we get to do our own little style. So with strike three, again they want us facing the field, but we get to have some fun with it. One of my what's that, rugged reviewer?
What's yours?
What's mine? I just step back and yell, "Hey!" So everyone in the stands can hear, everyone in the upper deck can hear me ring that batter up. One of my favorites at the major league level is he actually got a division series assignment this past October. Tom Halley, and he has probably the greatest strike three mechanic in baseball right now, where he like contorts his body, and you hear him from that upper deck. So just hear me rambling on about strikes. Ball calls, just stay down. Ball one, and then you step back and relax. Oh! If I get caught with that, a minimum $500 fine. Players can't have it. Umpires can't have it. If we catch a player with it, he's supposed to be immediately removed from the game. No, not out. Gone. Yeah. So and as an umpire, they want us to be loud. They want everyone in the stadium to hear your call. Can't have a timid guy. working the guys. If you gotta, they want big athletic guys working as umpires. You got to handle 50 different personalities on the field plus the coaching staff. So you got to have an in-charge personality, kind of like you do right now, rugged interviewer. All right. What was that? All right. Yeah, so that's just balls and strikes, when you first start out in minor league baseball, you're only working a two-man crew. So you have a plate umpire and you have a base umpire. So it's just some of the responsibilities that each umpire has when you're working a game. Obviously, the plate umpire calls balls and strikes. He's responsible for plays at the plate. And when the base umpire is in the infield, he's responsible for all fair foul decisions down the line, which can be a little bit tough because, in my experience, these are big men whacking the baseball, and they'll get out in front and just scorch a ball down the third base line, and I got maybe a quarter second, third of a second to take one stepping in position to see if that ball, if a part of that ball just nicks the bag or if it's foul. So it kind of rolls into how we rule on fair and foul. With a foul ball, if we have a ball foul and it's real tight down the line and we just barely have it foul, we come up big, foul, both hands in the air and point foul. And on a fair ball, this is contrary to the other calls. You just point and you shut the hell up. You don't say a thing on that. Yeah, unfortunately, thumbs up is that's not a signal that we have. I don't know why we don't have thumbs up. I mean, nope. Football and basketball, they may have timeout, but when we stop the game, it's actually the same call as a foul call, except we don't say foul, we say time. So, and we'll do that a lot of times. Batters will have elbow guards on, shin guards on, and after they're done hitting and they slide into second base, they request time, we grant time, and they're just giving their protection to their first or third base coach.
How long?
It's kind of a personal question, don't you think?
How long play?
How long I've been umpiring? Okay, I got you. Yeah, that's okay. I've been working as an amateur umpire. I worked for about 8 years, and this past summer was my first year doing professional baseball, and I just have a lot of fun doing it, man. It's a blast. Just to be out on, before I umpired, I used to play, just like every kid, I thought, I'm going to get to the big leagues as a player. Sophomore year of high school, I figured out that's not going to be the case. So I really got into umpiring, and I just fell in love with it, man.
Where have you been?
Where have I been? So this past summer, I was out in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's hot as hell out there. It was routinely triple digits. And start of the game, fortunately the games were at night, so the sun had gone down, but starting pitch or first pitch temperatures would be 107, 108. I think one time it got up to 113, so you're sweating your balls off, man. It's just having a lot of fun doing it.
How start?
How start?
How get into it?
Play! Oh, how did I get started? Oh, I thought you were asking me how I start a ball game. I just say play. Anyway, so at the amateur level, I got involved. My local Little League had an umpire clinic that they put on each year, and that's how I initially got started into umpiring. And then I was moving up to like travel ball, some good 18 and under baseball, and then I learned about to become a professional umpire, you actually have to go to school to do that. And it's there's 2 schools down in Florida that are a month long each. And you go there and they teach you how to be a professional umpire. They teach you the mechanics, some of the mechanics I've been talking about, and the rules of the game. So you take rules tests. It's almost like going to college, you know. So if you didn't like college, professional umpiring may not be for you. But yeah, because you know, we got rules tests, and then in the morning, and then we got onto the field, and we were judged on our ability to call safe and out and balls and strikes. And after that, if you're deemed good enough, which is a big if, you'll get invited to a 1-week long advanced course in Vero Beach at historic Dodgertown. And you basically do the same thing again for another week. And you're evaluated by the supervisors that supervise minor league baseball umpires. So after that week, they tell you one of 3 things. They either tell you got a job, you're going to the Coastal Plains League, which is a collegiate league. That's kind of a holding league for umpires, or you're on a reserve list for the Coastal Plains League. So I was fortunate. They told me, you know, we got a job for you in the Rookie Arizona League, and I was stoked, man. It was one of the happiest moments of my young adult life. You know, I got to work. You know, I'm getting to work professional baseball. This is I'm starting my dream. I'm living it out. Now, if you're talking about being a major league umpire, you know, it's just like a player moves through the minor leagues. Umpires got to move through the minor leagues. So, and that's usually a 6 to 10 year process. And, you know, anytime during that process, you know, they might say, you're not good enough. See you later. Yeah. If they say they think you're not developing like you should, you get cut, just like in high school sports. So it's a long process, but it's a rewarding process. Money, it's not great. I mean, you know, if you want to look it up, it's like that. All right, that information is available online, but you know, it's personal salary, so I'm not gonna say exactly what I make, but that information is available online.
All right. We had a long show. I gotta kick you out of here. Come on. All right, sit down.
You're done. You're done.
Oh, jeez. Uh-oh.
That's an equipment violation.
All right. So now, I'm not going to become the rugged reviewer, so I'm just going to put this out of the way. So, that's our show. I'm tacking this on to the end of this guy because we don't have time to set up. We ran a little long on the interview. We ran a little long on our segment. So, I'd like to thank Mr. Umpire himself for coming out.
I appreciate you having me.
Doing our interview, and he could have been more animated in the rest of the show, but this is the first time I heard this story, and I was his roommate, so, you know.
Well, I mean, this all happened after we were done with college, so.
Oh, fair enough. Please come subscribe, share with your friends, share with our friends. No, share with your friends, and we are hoping to bring you more and better content as we keep going. Leave us a comment. And on that landmine of me ignoring his hand, that's Lost Mannerisms.
And get with the beat.
Umpire's gonna interview the rugged reviewer.
No, the Rugged Reviewers interview.
How the f is that supposed to work if the rugged reviewer's not supposed to talk?
Exactly.
So